everybody, Mike Fifer, Fifer Hobby Supply. I've got a couple of shirts on today because it's kind of cold outside for us. Anyway, this is going to be the ACT5 Demo 3. And after Demo 3, we're going to start the construction of the ACT5. Just to let you know, I'm not going to give you any previews as to what's going on out here right at the moment, but I've got some video that I've taken, and we're going to take a look at it right now. Okay, everybody, I think I showed you this morning, but I now have all of the town cleared off the board, and I have the little church and stuff off the back there, the little Indian Pueblo. I'm getting ready to yank this corner out of here. I had to disconnect all the lighting. Here's all the buildings. I got to put those away, and at some point I'll figure out which ones I'm keeping, which ones I'm not. But I'm going to pull this out of here, then I'm going to take a picture of it without it. Okay, gang, it's just been, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. And I have all the way back to the corner stripped off. It's looking pretty good. What I haven't told you is my backdrop, because the other layout was so high, the one I'm tearing out was so high, tall. If I put 4-inch stringers in here and I put 1/2-inch plywood on top of it, we're only going to have, what would that be? 4 1/4 inches high. Hang on a minute. I'll be right back. Let me find a tape measure. Okay, I'm going to try to do this with my other hand. I'm holding the camera and using my left hand, and I'm not too good at it. But you can see there that if we raise it up 4 inches, it'll be about that height. And then if we do another 4 1/4 inches, it'll put me right at the bottom of my fascia board right around here. And certainly I can get the scenery up to that. So the idea now is once I get all of this off of here, I'm going to go get some 2x2s, and I'm going to make some temporary legs. I'm going to undo this. I'm going to put something under here to support this. Take the screws out, support it up a little bit, take the screws out down the wall over here. Try to lift that up a little bit and support it. Then I'll put some legs under this side, and with Robin's help, once all this is off of there, we will be able to, there's a lot of stuff there now, but when it's stripped down, we can take the screws out of the wall and push it up, and I will put the screws right back in the wall and effectively raise this all up. But what I want to do is, when I get all this off of here and get all these stringers off of here, is I want to make sure that all of that bench work that I have there is level. And if it is, I'll mark up on each corner the 4 inches, or the 4 1/4 inches. No, the 4 inches. And I will strike a line across there, or I will try and get my laser out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And effectively raise the whole layout up by 4 inches. Not the whole layout, the whole bench work up. This level of the bench work up 4 inches. So that's what I'm trying to get out of my mouth. And now you see what we got going on today. I'm going to take a little bit of a break because I got to go out and take down Christmas lights. Okay, I don't know where we left off with the last one, but this is how far we got. Over to there. I got to do some lighting disconnects tomorrow, and then I'm going to try and remove those flats and get everything removed from there, save those, possibly move them over here. I've moved some of the stuff over here until we can get all the foam out of here and get this cleaned up. I've got all kinds of foam here. Some of it I'm saving just to make blocks and stuff out of for the mountains that I'm going to make and that kind of stuff. And a lot of it's going to go in the trash, but we'll see how that goes. But anyway, you can see how much we have left to go and how much we have stripped off. So this is where I'm going to leave it today. Today is Thursday. And we'll get back to you. Well, I think almost everybody will be happy that I rescued the whole junkyard in one piece. And I'll see if I can use it somewhere. And if not, I can at least recreate it. But there she is. Okay, gang. We moved a bunch of stuff down to the other end here. You guys remember my Mesa? I had thrown it away in the back of the truck, and I told Gavin happened to come over. I was showing him the layout plan, and he said, well, and I said, well, I threw it away because it's been on every layout. And he said, you're not throwing it away, are you? So he and Robin talked me into keeping it, and that is likely going to go in this corner of the layout down here. We'll see if it fits. I'm going to make it fit, let's put it that way. But as you just saw, we got most of this torn out all the way down there, with the exception of some track and some foam, and taking some screws out. My battery went out in my Milwaukee drill, and we're just tired. So that's it for tonight. Tonight is Friday night, and we'll see what kind of video I put together by the time I get through the weekend, or at least a Sunday night probably. But there you go. Okay, everybody, I know that you've seen over here, but I'm in the process of taking out the last bunch of wiring over here and over there. And if I swing around my tripod and don't fall over the stuff on the floor, you can see that I now have all of that out. I have disconnected the electricity, and I need to take that leg there and move it back into that corner right there, and then I can remove that square right there, which I'll be keeping because the L girders are already produced there, and if I need any extra little pieces of L girder, I'll have them. So we're getting there, and we are almost there. I've harvested all the wire and everything out of that side, with the exception of the 110 line and the bus line, which is attached to the bottom of the stringers. And I'm going to leave that where I can and lift this, when I get ready, lift this up. But you know the story. But anyway, that's it. You can see some wire hanging down over there. I still have to remove, but we are well on our way. I have this trash can full of trash, and I have that trash on the floor right there. Most of it's trash. Some of it I'll keep. Most of it's trash, but we are getting there. So I'll do a little bit tomorrow if I can, and we'll go from there. Clean up the room a little bit, and hopefully it'll be kind of ready to get the bench work raised up. But that won't happen tomorrow, but we'll get ready to do it possibly. Okay, everybody, I finally got my book, my Atlas book, so that I can read the sizes and stuff. But here's the bad news. The book didn't come right away, so I've already got a track plan made up. But I want you to look at this one, and then I want you to see the comparison of the one I'm designing and compare the two. Okay, everybody. Here's the new layout. And if you if you compare the way the tracks are, the only thing different about this layout versus the one in the book, well, there's several. But the main thing is the track at the top right here has there's a double-ended yard, goes down there and exits on the end. The two tracks that you see in the very front of the yard there will actually be under the yard. The two tracks that you see going down the right front of the right side over here, they will be part of the scenery, and they'll be going downhill, and there'll be a little piece of plexiglass in front of them. And then I think I've talked about it before, but the purple is a separate loop up about 6 inches high. And then you see there's a turnout that comes off of the loop and goes over to where the log pond is, and I'm thinking that's going to be about 3 inches high. So right now, this is kind of the plan. I think a couple of the tracks coming off of the end of the yard are a little bit on the long side, and then I have the track on the top of the yard, which was designed for the maintenance away train, but then I put in the track that goes up into around the edge of the Y there. I was thinking about putting the maintenance away cars there, but I think it just crowds that up a little too much. I'm not exactly sure where to put that, and I'd like to put at least a little engine house or something somewhere there. So this is subject to change, but you can see what I have right now. Okay, everybody, I had made a little video of the track plan, and then Gavin came over last night and we changed a few things. I'll briefly go over it. You may not even remember what was on the plan, but right over in, let me get a pointer, right over in here, I had another runaround track. And over here, let's see, over here, the runaround was above and there was an extra turnout in the yard ladder. I moved it down to here to get it out of the way and make it look less cluttered. I also took this track or this switch and moved it back to the left a little bit so that the cattle pen and the auction house can be back a little further. My little engine house that I had, my little wooden engine house is going to go right there. The coaling tower and water tower are going to go here, and then I have a runaround there for because all of this track here is locomotive parking. So if you got a locomotive getting serviced or whatever, and you need a locomotive out, it can get around the locomotive being serviced. Let's see. And besides those two changes there, I really, really struggled with this area down here. I put a crossing right there at ground zero. And then last night I worked up an interchange. This is an interchange to the outside world. So there will be cars, outgoing cars and incoming cars on this track. You can see that I added a runaround there. And I widened this area right here to be able to accept the lumber facility. And you can see that I can go down these switches and out there to the lumber facility. This is the wood burner. I'm hoping to fit all that in there. If not, I'll just make that area bigger to make it fit. But those are the changes I've made so far. Obviously, and I think I've covered it before, but I'm going to cover it real quickly again for you. This track that you see right here is actually going to be under this yard, but I didn't want to clutter up the diagram. So, and there will be holes along the front of the fascia to access that. And it has a siding there simply just to hold a train. But the visible siding will be the one over here to the right, this one here. And that will hold trains before they go into the loop. If there's a train coming through the loop, and the same thing on the right-hand side of that. Those sidings on either side are for a train to hold and let a train come out of the loop and go by. It always seems like once you come up with a plan, you come up with a bunch of ways to modify it and make it better. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So there you go. Okay, everybody, it's Monday afternoon. And you can see that I got, and I don't know whether I showed it in the last video, but I got that end of the layout cut off, the 24 inches. I got the backdrop cut off, 24 inches. And scanning around, I think I showed that I had all the electrical off. I actually added on 8 inches over here on the end. It's crooked, but if I need it, I'll shim under it. But it's just something to hold up the curvature over there. It'll be fine once it's all together. But anyway, that makes this over here. Hold on one second. So that makes this opening over here 25.5. And that's about what I had figured in the diagram. So when I get over here and paint the wall, I will wind up moving this table back over there and get that all set up. But I don't know what I'm gonna do this afternoon. Another thing I can tell you is if I bring you over here and stumble over everything in here, and if I quit moving, you can see that I have my laser level set up, and you might be able to see the little pencil marks, and they go all the way down the wall on both sides, all the way around. You can see the little pencil marks. That's where I've got to raise up the benchwork to. That speaker over there, which is the lightning and thunder, has to come off. I might start by giving that a shot here in a little bit, but I've got to figure out something to do with this stuff I have piled on top of this layout. But we'll see how it goes. But I believe that I'm done for right now with the laser level. Okay, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that demo update. And as I said, I'm pretty sure that the next video is going to be the building of the ACT-5. So I hope you'll enjoy that. I had a couple little catastrophes today, but I won't get into that on this video, but nothing that I can't fix, I hope. So, that being said, thanks for watching.